Hello, welcome to the Simple Spoken English with Noel channel. In today's episode, we will learn how to talk about places, ask for directions, and use verbs in the simple past tense like went and saw. We will also explore words for emotions such as scared, nervous, and confused. I hope you enjoy it and that it will help you improve your English. Now let's move on to our story. A Strange Beginning. Part 3. James left Emily's house with his mind racing. The strange events in the village, the whispers, the glowing symbols in the book. Everything felt like it was part of a bigger mystery. But the more he learned, the more confused and scared he became. He wasn't sure who to trust anymore, not even Emily. He walked slowly back to his bakery, his thoughts heavy. What did Emily mean when she said that he was the key to understanding everything? And what was the danger she was warning him about? James didn't have the answers, but one thing was clear. The village was hiding something. As he passed the old oak tree near the bakery, he noticed something strange. The tree was always quiet, but today it felt different. The wind whispered through its leaves, and for a moment James thought he heard his name being called. It was soft, like a breeze, but he was sure it was the same whisper he had heard before. He turned quickly, but no one was there. James felt his heart race. Was he losing his mind? Or was something really happening to him? He rushed back to the bakery, locking the door behind him. He needed to think. But before he could sit down, there was a knock at the door. James hesitated for a moment, wondering who it could be. He opened the door cautiously, and to his surprise it was Mr. Thompson, the old man from the bakery. "James, you need to come with me," Mr. Thompson said urgently. "It's happening again." James frowned. "What do you mean?" "The lights, James. The strange lights are back," Mr. Thompson said. "And I think they're getting closer." James followed Mr. Thompson out of the bakery, his curiosity growing. The village was small, and there weren't many places to hide. If the lights were coming closer, they would all see them. As they walked to the edge of the village, James looked up at the sky. The night was dark, but there was something strange in the air, a feeling that something was about to happen. "Look," Mr. Thompson whispered, pointing at the sky. James turned and saw them. The lights were small at first, like distant stars, but they were moving. They hovered in the sky, shifting in strange patterns. It was as if they were alive, dancing around each other. James stared at the lights, his heart pounding in his chest. This was no ordinary phenomenon. There was something unnatural about them. He turned to Mr. Thompson. "Do you think this is connected to the whispers?" James asked, his voice shaky. Mr. Thompson nodded. "Yes, James. I believe it is, and I think we need to do something about it before it's too late." James felt a chill run down his spine. What could they do? What was happening to the village? And what did Emily know about all of this? Suddenly, there was a loud crack, like thunder. The lights in the sky grew brighter, and the ground beneath James's feet seemed to shake. The whispers returned, louder now, filling his ears with strange words. James felt dizzy. He wanted to run, but his feet wouldn't move. It was as if the lights were drawing him in, pulling him toward them. "James!" Mr. Thompson shouted, grabbing his arm. "We have to go! Now!" But it was too late. The lights were too close now. James couldn't look away. He was hypnotized, trapped by the strange glow in the sky. Before he could say anything, everything went dark. The lights disappeared, and the whispers stopped. James blinked and looked around. He was no longer standing in the village. Instead, he was in a strange place, one he didn't recognize. It was dark and silent, except for the soft rustling of leaves. He was standing in front of an old, abandoned house. "Where am I?" James whispered, his voice trembling. He heard a sound behind him, and when he turned around, Emily was standing there. She looked different, as if she had changed somehow. Her eyes were wide, filled with a mixture of fear and sadness. "James," she said softly, "you shouldn't have come here." James stepped back, his heart racing. "What is this place? Why am I here? Emily looked at him for a long moment before speaking. This is where it all began, James. The lights, the whispers, the strange events in the village, they all lead here. James felt a lump in his throat. What do you mean? What's happening? Emily shook her head slowly. I can't explain everything now, but you're not the only one who has been chosen. You are connected to this place, James, and you have a choice to make. James's mind was spinning. What choice? What was he supposed to do? Emily's voice grew quieter. The lights are not just lights. They are a warning. And if you don't make the right choice, everything will change. Forever. James stared at her, his mind racing. What was she talking about? What was he supposed to do? Before he could ask another question, the ground beneath him shook again, and the lights appeared once more, brighter and more powerful than ever. This time they were all around him. What will James choose? What is Emily hiding from him? What will happen to the village if James doesn't make the right choice? Write your answers in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Simple Spoken English with Noel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.